Okay, this just came out today. Arctic ice melts to lowest level on record. September 13th, 2011. Ice at the North Pole has melted to the lowest level since satellite observations back in 1972, meaning the Arctic is almost certainly the smallest it's been for 8,000 years. Polar scientists say if this trend continues, the Arctic will be largely ice-free in the northern summer 40 years earlier than anticipated in the International Panel on Climate Change, or your IPCC. Okay, and that's numbers falling and falling and falling. Okay, it was 2080 and 2060 to 2040, and now you already got boats sailing through there and whales sailing through there. Their numbers stink, man. It's already here. You already got the passage opening up. And then NASA came out point blank and stated the sea level did not rise, and we're on record from last year's record ice melt, and the ocean sea level fell. Okay, it's doing the same thing it did the last time. It's sinking the ocean floor, just like it sank those continents with all that ice. Comes off, they rebound up, goes in the ocean, in geofragile zones, and sinks the ocean floor. And that's why you don't have sea level rise, folks. What do I know? Jeez. Now, the ocean floor sank during the last ice age. Okay, just before it. Fell 150 meters. You know, your Bible tells you that the ocean floor opened up. I mean, with Noah's flood. I mean, people. Man, it's way late in the game. Yeah, Mike Dudson's posted a couple of my videos on post-glacial rebound effect, and he's been getting hammered ever since. I mean, the powers that be don't want you to know this science. Okay? I'm a pastor, man. I'm protected under religious services and activities, man. I'm talking about the book of Revelation. And you're hardcore in it. That ice is melting. That's the womb of the earth. And it's a runaway. That ice pack's going to be gone in the next 5 years.
Predicting how soon the summer ice in the Arctic is going to melt. So this is from the starting point, 100% including no ice left in the Arctic. And they predicted that basically around 2080, about 2100, all the ice would melt. But in reality, the ice is melting very quickly. It's about half gone now. It's going to be all gone in the next 5 or 10 years. And if you don't believe that, you can take a look at actual satellite images taken year to year in the summer of the Arctic ice, starting in about 1979, 1980. And we're in the middle. I think if you play that forward in your mind just a little bit, you'll see why it's such an amazing thing. This is, by the way, not very subtle. This is something you could observe from the moon if you were there.
It's what the consensus is among scientists. 10 years max. Could you imagine the weight? I mean, and we've been losing 3 to 4 Californias with ice just out of the Arctic, let alone Greenland.
In 2006 was about the same. And in 2007, in 1 year, it lost as much ice equal to 3 times the size of California. That's a lot of ice. And this year, the last 2 years are tracking about at 2007. Slightly more than 2007, but they're not. But there's other problems too. The ice that remains is thinner ice than before. It's younger ice. And so that's why this is already, there's no science that this is already a done deal, that this is going to be all gone.
And this dude didn't even know about post-glacial rebound or isotonic adjustment. Man. And this was a good bit. And you know, hey, you're only as smart as what you got in your head. And when they keep pushing people down the wrong paths, and they're smart people, I mean, and boy, they pull out some good stuff. But man, you set them on the right path, wow, they'll really pull it up. You know, this is a great bit. I would suggest you watch it. And think about that ice that's redistributing itself all over this planet. Okay. This water pushes down that floor of that ocean, and it spreads apart and widens. Okay. There's going to be a lot of earthquakes. 6.0 and greater. I posted one. I'm on my second one on that, but I mean, it's a gimme. Just follow the 6.2 line all around the world. You know, on land, follow basalt. Man, this stuff is going to be busting this up all over the place. And we're talking magma, man. This floor being pushed down it's pushing the magma. Wow, you can see volcanoes like nobody's business. I mean, this is a domino effect from post-glacier rebound. So what are you fearing, truthers? Let your light shine.
And I put this video up November 25th of 2009, and you've had record earthquakes ever since. Volcanic activity's up almost 400% from this video. What can I tell you? Wow. Man, Greenland's going to be fertile fields. That's an entire continent that we can move people up to. There's all kinds of answers and solutions. But these nuclear power plants aren't part of it. And post-glacial rebound effect hates nuclear power. Alright? And just on a military standpoint, being an American, the last place I want a nuclear power plant is on my coastline. Totally exposed. You get an airplane drive into one of them things, and it'll bust all the pipes and infrastructure and wiring on the outside of that plant. It will blow that plant to kingdom come, sure as I'm standing here talking to you. It's insanity. Come out of the nonsense as this guy gets carbonized over there in France today. The dude that got killed in that nuclear explosion over at a waste facility. He got carbonized, man. You remember that last video I made with that nuclear, meltdown thingy? I mean, it turned that dude into a charcoal briquette. I mean, you could bust him up and use him for a barbecue now. That stuff burns super hot. Oh, man. And you got that stuff in the ice cores, man. All kinds of nuclear fallout in the ice pack. With a hole in your ozone, a breach in your magnetic field, space quakes, local fluff. Man, you got biblical hardcore times going on. You better start listening to this preacher dude, man. I mean, I'm throwing you the goods. I'm a truther. Test the science. Knock yourself out. I don't do this because I'm boasting or nothing, man. I'm doing it to save your butt. Because you can't come to Christ if you're dead. And these scientists apparently, and this media apparently, don't want that to happen. They don't want you to come to Christ, or they'd be telling you the truth. Not working all these money cons, and they're just going to come in with their white horse, oh, coming to your emotional rescue, as they turn it into one global money supply. Okay, they already took all your money. That's a joke. Yeah, they're going to do what they're going to do. Okay, I ain't going to worry about the money. The climate's the problem. All right, it will take you out. Now, I don't want you taken out. And in that video that homeboy uploaded that blocked me today, he was talking about fires. Because you're going to have major drought conditions globally. It's stalling ocean currents. That means fires. And that's why Texas is just one roaring blaze. Arizona and New Mexico and all those lower states are in trouble. It's in the 2030 report. I'll put the 2030 report video in here, and I'll put in the next report that NASA put in that dropped that report to the 2020 report. That means everything under the 40th parallel is considered second world. Okay, not first world. Okay, second world. And then it's going to turn into a third world country for that lower part. Hey, do you get back the message? Or get out of coffin? Because that ice doesn't give a crap what you think. It's doing its thing. Alright? Straight up. And I'd suggest you start looking at that, because that's going to be the difference between whether your family lives or your family dies. And that's coming from someone who cares. Even if you hate the way I look, hate that I'm a Christian and everything else, okay? This is a person that cares. Okay? You might want to start caring. Love you very much. Information is shock resistance. I don't want you to be in panic. I don't want you to be in shock when these things hit, because that kills more people than anything else. I want you to have a plan. I want you to be able to go and get something for this thyroid stuff and everything else, because we're going to have more meltdowns. That's a slam dunk. Okay? If they don't shut them down, it's a slam dunk. You got 27 reactors right now in the United States should be taken offline right now. And you only got 20% of your nuclear, or your energy is coming from nuclear. Okay? It's not even going to make a dent. And then they can implement an energy policy, start getting up these windmills, get up these solar plants that are sitting there empty. And I'll put a video in here of a solar plant I was at that was sitting there empty that you paid $17 million for when I was in Michigan. Because I've been pounding these states for over a year now, trying to get this message out to you. Okay? God supplies my needs, not my greeds. You know? I mean, wow. And they're making fortunes on you. Lying. And worshiping idols. For the corporation. Piece of paper they gave life to. My coffee cup has more life than that paper. And you're afraid of that stuff. Shame on you. You're an American, man. You ain't afraid of a piece of paper. And they're paper gods.